So today's question is question 814, and Kardec asks, why has God bestowed wealth and power on some and poverty on others? And the Spirit's answer, in order to test everyone differently. Moreover, as you know, such trials are chosen by the Spirit themselves, and they often fail at them. So we see that every day, don't we? The inequality of riches. We see so many with so little and some with so much. But it's impossible to explain this inequality if we only consider present life. So to make sense of this difference, we have to understand the topic of reincarnation. Now here's the good news. We all at some point will possess wealth. At one time or another in our evolution process, we will be wealthy. And we're going to try and see and test ourselves and see how we do with it. And the one who doesn't possess wealth today, those who are poor, they either already had it or will have it in the future life. And the one who possesses it now might not have it tomorrow, depending on how you use it. So in God in His infinite justice, He grants us multiple incarnations, as we know. And in these incarnations, we go through trials and expiations to help us evolve as spiritual beings. So this wealth and poverty, they're trials and expiations. And these are chosen by us, as it is said by the spirits to Kardec above on the question. So there are both the rich and the poor, and that's because God is just and each must work in turn. Because imagine if we only had poor people in the world. Where would the money come for us to evolve, for technology, for progress? Now, if we all were rich, who would work? If I was loaded, I wouldn't do anything. Maybe, no, I probably wouldn't do anything. So that's why we have the wealthy and those in poverty. Now, Jesus says to the apostles, "Verily I say to you, it is very difficult for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. And I say this to you once more, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven." Now, this doesn't mean that those who possess wealth cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. Because if this was true, that would not be just, as God would be placing in our hands a means for failure. So this was a warning from Christ. And it's just to show us the danger of wealth. This trial brings with it extreme temptations and fascinations. And it also induces us to pride, to arrogance, and selfishness. Wealth constitutes of a trial that is even more dangerous than poverty. Thank you.